Democratic Congressman Wiley Nickel of North Carolina into this conversation right now. And Congressman, it's good to have you on. And just as I ask you the first question, I put up a headline that was in the Wall Street Journal this morning about Democrats and the border. And it says, House Democrats surprise campaign play, embracing border security, talking about how Republicans blame Biden for the surge in crossings, but block the bipartisan deal. So Democrats, are you one of them, trying to take control of this issue? Is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw that whole issue play out with Tom Suozzi winning in a big way by embracing the need to do all we can in a bipartisan way to address border security, keep the American people safe. And there is a large bipartisan group in Congress that wants to do just that.
I have it on my tablet right here that we put up on the telestrator. The best suited candidate, when they talk about it, you're not going to be surprised by this, but the best suited candidate to handle the border, and it's Trump by a lot, right? 46%. Biden's at 26%. See over on the right, the 13% are unsure. So there's some catching up to do for Democrats, generally speaking, right?
And you just made my point for me. You see that 46% for Trump. That's why nothing's getting done. We had 25 Senate Republicans willing to support the most conservative border bill that Democrats would ever get behind. And then Trump opened his mouth and he said, kill the deal, because he wants this as an election issue because he's doing so well on it. So he wants nothing to get done. But I just want to tell you and everybody listening, there are moderate Democrats, moderate Republicans that want to work together on this issue if we could just get this bill to the...
Is it going to happen again? I mean, our Capitol Hill reporter, Joe Khalil, was on with us last hour. He was talking about, the Democrats on the Senate side talking about going back to the well on this, that Senator Schumer might go back there. I know you're on the House side, but, going to take another stab at it, you think, in Congress?
I think the best thing that can happen is that the Senate moves the bill, puts people on the record, and then says to the House, put up or shut up, bring this bill to the floor for a vote, give us a chance to vote. And I can tell you there are many Democrats like myself who want to do everything we can. And the administration needs us to do that. It's Congress's job to act on this issue. And we have a very large group in the center, not the far right, not the far left, that wants to get this done.
All right, I have a few more numbers. We'll show them up over here on the telestrator here that we can take a look at in terms of the April encounters. This total number that you'll see once we pan out is 179,807. Then we go through by sector: San Diego, Tucson, El Paso, Del Rio. If we do it month to month in a bar chart, you see we've been steady for a while. We haven't seen this huge spring surge that a lot of people predicted. April's at 180,000 at the end. But of course, it's a problem. If you want to do it yearly, you see where we are in 2023. And year-to-date, 1.34 million in terms of encounters in 2024. All right, so those are the numbers. We all know those numbers coming in. Now, what would be the most important thing to do to tackle them in the short term? Is it one component of that bill we're talking about? I know the president's out with these new asylum laws. What do you, or changes in asylum rules? What do you think of that?
I think, providing legal pathways is incredibly important for immigration, but we got to have more border security agents. We got to get, folks there on the ground. We need more judges. And the policy issues, we can end catch and release. We can give the administration Title 42 authority as well. These are things that we can do, but Congress has to act to do it. And it's not one thing, it's a lot. But we know what needs to be done, and we need to make those investments.
I would say a couple of things. You don't sound that different than some of the conservatives or Republicans we've had on these issues, but in particular, just what you just mentioned, those issues. So then I would look at that as, well, maybe they're not that far apart. But the rest of your party might not agree with you. You know what I mean?
I can promise you there are plenty of folks in the center. The problem is we just don't get a vote because it's in Donald Trump's interest not to let us vote on this issue. That's the problem we see playing out. I hope the Senate acts, because the House, as we continue to see, is just playing partisan politics here while we have a real problem at the southern border. Everybody agrees on that, and we know what we need to do. We just got to act.
We'll see what Schumer and company come up with in the Senate, then we'll watch you guys in the House. Thank you, Congressman, for coming on today. We appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.